Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Carly, it's been kind of off and on for those chuck wagon races. At least they got some races in this weekend.
Yes, they did. That $10,000 dash for cash took a little bit of a hit. They had to restructure due to the cancellation Saturday night, but the finals were supposed to go on Sunday, so the sun came out for that one anyways.
Well, it looks like the sun's going to be staying out quite a bit this week too, Shona.
Yes, it is, and it looks like it's going to be a fantastic week. So as we move now and take a look at what's happening in the Midwest region and the Lloydminster area, we're looking at 21 degrees and sunny skies. The UV index is quite high at 7 degrees. And as we move across the Lakeland and the Battlefords, they've had a beautiful day there as well with plus 20-degree temperatures. Now, how is it going to look for the rest of our shortened work week? I'll have your full weather forecast coming up later on in the program.
A North Battleford RCMP officer rescued a woman from a burning vehicle early this morning. Police got a call around 2 a.m. about an erratic driver on Highway 16 west of the Battlefords. The officer on patrol saw the driver lose control of the truck, enter the ditch, roll several times, and then the engine burst into flames. The officer called fire, ambulance, and RCMP to assist as he approached the truck. The driver's side door wouldn't open and the fire was spreading quickly from the engine to the rest of the vehicle, so the officer decided to enter the truck through the passenger door and remove the unconscious woman. A passerby also stopped to help move the woman to safety before the entire vehicle was engulfed with flames. The woman was transported to hospital and police say the investigation continues. Battleford's RCMP have charged 3 people in connection with an assault from last Friday. Police received a 911 call around 5 a.m. on June 24th, saying several people had been assaulted at a home in the city and that firearms and bear spray had been used. 4 people were arrested later that morning, and RCMP are continuing their search for a 15-year-old boy they believe is also involved. Charged in this incident is Michael Delorme, who faces 12 counts, including assault with a weapon and breach of probation. Troy Delorme is also facing 12 charges, including assault. And finally, Christopher Delorme is charged with possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose and 2 counts of possession of a prohibited weapon. RCMP say bear spray or pepper spray are prohibited weapons and may cause serious injury to a victim. People who have them without lawful purpose could be charged, as could anyone who supplies them to another person for an illegal purpose. The investigation into this assault continues, and anyone with information is asked to contact the Battleford's RCMP detachment. Husky Energy presented another major donation towards the STARS Air Rescue movement into Saskatchewan. The money will be a huge help to people in the Lloydminster area. Mike Baden explains what the plan is for the future.
A $250,000 donation from Husky Energy will help the Shock Trauma Air Rescue Society, otherwise known as STARS, move forward with a much-needed expansion.
This donation allows us to establish our bases quicker and get into service a lot faster than we would without significant donation such as the one Husky provided today.
Over the past 20 years, Husky Energy has donated $1 million towards the Air Rescue Initiative.
For the most part, it's been contributions by the organization, but there's also a component there from all of the employees through annual donations towards this particular charity.
STARS is purchasing 2 new helicopters to expand the range of its service. That means the border city will soon have access to both Edmonton and Saskatoon bases.
Lloydminster will be in the overlap area between the Edmonton AW139 and the Saskatoon AW139.
STARS is also a huge contributor to the safety of Husky employees.
STARS is important to Husky in the context of its response to emergency incidents, and safety is very critical to the success of our business.
The 2 new bases, along with their choppers, will be located in Saskatoon and Regina and are scheduled to open up in 2012. Mike Baden, Newcap News.
Since 1949, the Green Lawn Rural Electrification Association has been providing power to homesteads and acreages near Dewberry. A few months ago, the board proposed a sale of their assets to ATCO Electric, and last week, the sale was approved by the board members. The Green Lawn REA has been delivering power for nearly 60 years, but have increasingly relied on outside companies to do maintenance. ATCO has been contracted for that maintenance for years, and after this sale, it'll be business as usual.
You know, a couple things will stay the same. One is that they'll continue to see ATCO Electric in their yards, and they'll continue to, to interact with ATCO Electric when it comes to safety, when it comes to emergency outages and things like that.
The president of the REA agrees, noting only one difference end users will notice.
It'll just go on as it was. ATCO will be looking after everything, and their bill might be a little bit, will be a little bit higher, but not a great amount, and other than that, nothing should change.
The sale also puts a substantial check in the hands of each of the REA's members.
Approximately $4.5 million sale. They're each going to be somewhere in the range of $19,000 plus that will be returned back to each individual member out there.
Having ATCO take over also means that liabilities will no longer be the responsibility of the REA.
If we cut a tree down that falls in the line, well then we know it's power outage, or somebody gets hurt. It's the big thing. That's the big liabilities. Or you hurt somebody or something, or wreck something, I guess. So.
Another upside is that if new transformers or other gear is required for repairs, that cost will be absorbed by ATCO.
Currently, as an REA, that comes out of their pocket because that's their own system if they have to do upgrades of that nature. By becoming a company farm customer, that's part of the rate structure that we offer them, and there is no upfront cost to them to have that type of work done.
Although the REA's members did overwhelmingly approve the sale with a nearly 97% for vote, there is still a sense of loss for some members, as a piece of the region's history has changed hands.
Sad to really see it go, I guess, because there's a lot of hard work put into it by, I guess, the old timers. And not too many of them left, but they still got feelings for it, I guess. So.
Lightning striking a power line near St. Walburg left residents of the town in the dark over the weekend. As Jack Haskins explains, the people have already gone through more than their fair share of time without power this year.
The people of St. Walburg are used to power outs, but it's the lengthy ones that make life difficult.
The till goes down, and credit card machine, and you're writing things down and looking for your flashlight or locking the doors, but we've lived through a few of them and they seem to be a regular occurrence.
The town has made adjustments due to the sheer amount of blackouts they experience throughout the course of the year.
It's an eating establishment like the Oaks Hall where the exercises work, cook on gas, so there's no problem with food services either. So we're sort of fairly well equipped in that sense.
Unfortunately, smaller communities like St. Walburg tend to go through longer power outages than bigger cities.
But sometimes, regrettably, like this situation, you get a power pole going down in a swampy area, I believe it was, or an area where there's poor access. It can take some time to fix.
Sask Power is hoping that advances in technology will help reduce both the frequency and duration of the blackouts, and that's something the people of St. Walburg can look forward to.
You can deal with a few hours, a couple hours, but it's when it's 7 or 8 hours or overnight, it gets a little trying, but so anything they could do to alleviate the problem would be great.
In St. Walburg, Jack Haskins, Newcap News.
After the break, we'll hear the latest from the new medical center in St. Paul, and we'll also see how that town's alternate education center is going high tech.